new this year is they're reconfiguring the way they put the trim level. So no more inscription, no more momentum or R design. You're gonna get a Core, a Plus, and an Ultimate. And Crown Volvo has given us the 2023 Volvo XC60 B5 Plus with the dark theme in the Silver Dawn Metallic. We received that 48-volt hybrid technology that's gonna make the auto start stop a little bit more smooth, giving us 13 horsepower off of that. In the interior, you're not going to receive the tailored dash unless you go into the Ultimate, but you got the Google interface for the driver cluster and the infotainment, room for 5, child seat bolstering for both sides behind the passenger and driver, making this a more practical family SUV. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm gonna go over all the specs and details starting now. Add that dark theme, and what they do, blacken out the grille, the interior around it, on the side curtains that push into these standard LED Thor Hammer signature daytime running. LED headlamps and LED fog lamps with one of the best ground clearance at 8.5 inches. So I do like that they're giving all this, and yet when we just completed the mid-cycle refresh, now we're getting the black theme that just sets it apart. What else does it add? High gloss black polish to the window treatment, your side view mirror cap, and on the lower rear bumper to make it look like you have exhaust outlets, and yet they're hidden. The race to zero emissions by 2030, it's not gonna have that athletic proportions as an X3 BMW. It's gonna be very similar to an Audi Q5. 19-inch comes standard. We got 20-inch, 5-wide diamond cut alloy wheels. The disc rating behind it at 13.6 inches. The rear is at 11.6 inches. A sports tuned suspension, 4-wheel independent suspension, so the ride is going to be smooth. A length at 184.6 inches with the wheelbase at 112.8 inches. The gloss black that's on the roof rails and the way it just illustrates the proportions, I think it's a great blend. I would definitely option this color with the dark theme. The B5 or B6, it's just really going to be how much performance that you need behind it. A lower roof spoiler that integrates into your LED tail lamps, towing at 3,500 pounds, a curb weight just a touch over 4,000 pounds. What I do like about the rear is even though we don't have exhaust, it still kind of looks like it, and because they got the gloss black, because this is the dark theme, it makes it look a lot more sporty than any of the rivals in the rear. Going inside, you got the kick to open or the push, with cargo starting at 17.8 cubic feet. We have a spare tire tucked underneath the floor. The rear bench has a pass-through and a 40-20-40 split fold. That's going to max the cargo to 63.6 cubic feet. 360-degree camera is what we have with reverse parking sensors and forward parking sensors. Let's go inside the B5, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. The Volvo XC60 B5 has a new 48-volt hybrid system that gives 13 horsepower. That was integrated last year. They backed the performance with a standard 2.0-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine, producing 247 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed Geartronic automatic transmission, achieving 23 to 30 mpgs. That's good for a 0 to 60 around 6.5 seconds. That's not going to be the fastest. That would actually go to a Mercedes-Benz GLC 300. Quarter mile at 14.1 seconds. The BMW will be faster in this category. Because we lost a little bit of horsepower, like 3 last year, it was something I disliked, but the fact that they're just making everything a little bit more seamless, they're giving some more color contrast, plus making it easier for your trims. If you're comparing it to Audi, to Infiniti, to any of the rivals, this is going to be specced out with a little bit less price tag, a savings anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000, plus you still get the performance and the safety. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2023 Volvo XC60 Plus as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Volvo XC60 B5 Plus, you're going to receive 38 inches of headroom, 41.5 inches of leg room, bucket front seats, black leather, 10-way power adjustments. They're heated. You can option ventilated and massage with cushion extensions and side bolstering. You have to go to the Ultimate. The dashboard gets the wood inlays because we have the Plus. You get the gloss black and the silver, so it keeps the signature look of vents against all of your air vents. Very similar to all of the Volvos. And because we have the climate package, that adds the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, and high pressure headlamp cleaner. And I like how they keep everything modern. You can get it tailored for the dash if you go to the Ultimate. The infotainment screen is vertical. We have the navigation with pinch, the swipe. Click into those 4 dots there. Apple CarPlay. We do not have Android Auto. You can click this, you can see all the apps we have. Sirius XM, FM, Spotify, streaming Bluetooth audio. Switch it to reverse. Old school reverse camera? No, we got the 360 because we got the Plus. You can click on the sides here so you can see any impurities around you. You have full trajectory, reverse auto braking to make it easy, and hopefully you don't have an accident when you park. We have some buttons underneath the wood trim for your audio sound system. You have a storage pocket here. The wood inlays, open it up. Slide that, a 12 volt cup holders, a 16.9 ounce can fit. I'd say a 20 ounce would be max. The key fob no longer gets the leather. It's going to just be the plastic materials with a 12 volt charger right here. You get the tailored gear lever. I do like the gloss black and the rotary knob to turn on and off the vehicle. It's going to be more sport derived here, a little bit more soft on the door panel. Open up and it's going to have smaller storage with 1 USB port, so you're kind of lacking in that department for charging ports, but at least we now have Apple CarPlay. Volvo's 3-spoke steering wheel. It's multi-function with the gloss black. The gauge cluster shows your navigation, and you can have it plain. So I do like that now we have the Google interface. You can also go through an array of information for the driver. Door panel, harder materials. We get the Harman Kardon memory for the driver, 1 touch up and down for your windows. It's going to be sporty where you rest your elbows. A large storage pocket is for the front seats. And I like when we just slide our finger across, it opens up that large pano moonroof that goes all the way to the back seats. You just touch the surface for your interior lights. There's actually no buttons. Let's see how I look in the back. For the back seats, I'm at 38 inches of headroom, 38 inches of legroom. I can fit without any issues. We do not have any dual climate control in the back. We do have 2 USB-C ports, storage behind both of the front seats. Floor is not completely flat, but you got your air vents here on the side. You have dual booster seats in this, which is pretty nice. And this is a $500 upgrade, but if you have a family, you have them and you don't have to worry about it. And it's one of the only vehicles that offers this, plus all the safety. Cup holders, a 16.9 ounce fits without any issues. Door panel gets the harder materials. You're not going to get any design back here except for this little pattern for your speaker, 1 touch up and down. It's going to be soft where you rest your elbows. And the storage pocket is one of the smaller ones of the Volvo line. And I like how Volvo keeps the pano very large, even in their mid-size SUV. Let's see how I look in the center. Sitting into the center, headroom is no issue, nor is legroom. I'm sharing feet, butt, and shoulder space. The good thing is this is a wider interior, so you are able to fit 3 adults my dimensions. And when you are in these mid-size SUVs, traditionally what they're doing is keeping them box structure. So that helps for the headroom because I'm 6'3". If it was a coupe design, we'd lose at least a couple of inches. So they really do maximize storage capacity plus the ability to fit everybody inside. Taking the 2023 Volvo XC60 B5 Plus dark theme out for our test run. They're becoming a sentence like Audi, which is okay because, you know, I know what I'm getting when I buy the vehicle. And when I look through the front windscreen, it's large. It feels the same size as the Volvo XC40 and even the XC90. So I like the fact that you keep that unique styling. They do that also on the dashboard. Turbocharged 4-cylinder 2.0. All the engines start off standard, which is a good thing, and they added that 48 hybrid technology, which is nice for the auto start stop. It's also one of the only vehicles that when you turn the vehicle off for 15 minutes, it will still keep the cockpit cool, which is something that I think all the automotive industries need to look into. 247 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed Geartronic automatic transmission, a 0 to 60 around 6.5 seconds. We're gonna see how well the performance is as soon as this light turns green. Tick tock, oh, look at that, here we go. And you can see, I beat that Ford, and that's a V8. So you can tell that you get some decent performance behind it. It is a very smooth suspension, and it should be with four-wheel independent. We're on upgraded 20-inch wheels. The road noise, when you're in a rural area, it's not going to be very noisy. There's no dual pane windows. The moonroof is dual pane, so they are trying to comfort you with the sound quality. And overall, Volvo does a pretty decent job with keeping the interior cabinet quiet. Harman Kardon is going to make it a little bit more performance with your audio sound system. Quarter mileage is a hair over 14 seconds. The Google interface is something that I do like. There is some glitch to it, and they finally have implemented Apple CarPlay, because when this first came out, it didn't have it, which is kind of interesting in my perspective. And the fact that we still don't have Android Auto. Now, there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this vehicle. The 3 things that I like, starting off with on the XC60, is the theme that we have, that dark theme. It is cool, giving us a very sports look on the exterior, and then on the interior, you already have it. It has a little bit more luxury. Look at the performance. And then you're braking. The second thing that I like about it is that we get the child booster seats. There's a disadvantage, which we'll get to in just a sec, but it is cool that you get that ability. So you don't have to go to any grocery store or wherever to actually pick it up. You have it in your vehicle, and it's already on both sides, so you're taken care of with that. The last thing that I like is in the cargo, you have the privacy cover that completely covers everything, plus it can pick up. So that way, if you have larger objects, you can keep them cool and hidden away whenever you're parked outside. 3 things that I dislike: the booster seats, you have to pay $500 for it. It's a little bit pricey. The second thing that I dislike about the vehicle goes to the back seats yet again. In the door panel and pretty much everywhere, they've taken out all of the design, and they don't really give you a lot of the wood design that you're paying a little bit more for. It's not a huge increase in price. It just would be nice that they added maybe some gloss black, maybe some of the wood trim to the door panel, something in the rear other than harder materials and just soft where you rest your elbows. That brings me to the last thing that I dislike. The storage pocket for the rear door is the smallest in the Volvo line. This is going to be more used for a family, and the XC40 has more storage in the door pocket. So yes, we got those booster seats for our kids that we paid extra for, but where are you going to put all that milk? I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about it. The dynamics on the vehicle, it holds itself pretty good though. I do like this a little bit more so than the XC40 in the sense of the way it feels on the road. It doesn't feel overly wide. The interior has a pretty decent amount of space. The steering, because I've changed and altered the geometry in the infotainment to make it feel a little bit more weighted, adds that, but you can make it a little bit more seamless for your everyday drive. So I like the availability to do both. We don't have any tuning for the Polestar in this, but we're going to stop in the middle of the road right here, and we're going to give her a go. Comparing this to other lines in the Volvo, if you're considering the XC40 or the XC90, you're going to get a more wow factor, I would say, in the XC40. The XC90 has near perfect weight distribution at a 51.7, 48.3, which is insane. This one is going to be more of your everyday drive. So depending on what you're looking for or preference, I kind of would not say that this is something you shouldn't look at or disqualify it. It's just, if you're looking for those dynamics or more of a fun to drive, for an everyday drive, it's great. For fitting everybody inside the vehicle, it's awesome. Visibility is good, blind spot monitoring, safety, obviously you're taken care of, and you can see all the way to the back because Volvo does an excellent job with large windows. You can see also, not very boaty, it's not top heavy either. Turn radius at a stop point is going to get, just like every Volvo, almost 3 lanes. Here we go. You don't suffer for too much road noise. The exhaust note is not going to be as similar, I would say, to an XC90. That one's going to have a little bit more of a throaty exhaust note, even though it's the same engine. It's just maybe because it's a little bit longer, the tubes for your exhaust pipes. But I mean, it's a smooth car. Family can fit. Comparing it to BMW, Mercedes, Audi, the savings, it's a no-brainer. This is just a hair over $50,000. You can't even get into an Infinity line with that type of pricing, with this type of luxury. Plus, we've added features that cost $200, $500, or $800, depending on which one we added, for either the climate control or the seat cushions or the upgraded wheels. So you're getting a huge bargain deal, and you already know that the safety's there. We have the upgraded sound system. I mean, you can't touch these things when you go into a BMW X3. You're going to be spending around $60,000. If you go into an Audi Q5, the same thing. I mean, you're at around a 60 grand price point to get something similar. The ride's not going to be as forgiving because those are more sport tuned. Comparing it to an Infinity, I would say you'd have to almost go to a QX60 because of the length. The QX50 is still going to be a little bit longer, but even that's going to be a 55, 60 grand price tag. So any vehicle that you compare this to, it is definitely going to be more expensive, and yet you're getting the same luxury in this, if not more, and it's more practical because you're getting better gas consumption. You have the new 48-volt hybrid technology that also helps with the auto start stop. The technology that is in this vehicle, no other vehicle has. Like I was saying at the beginning, turn the car off, 15 minutes, it still operates to keep the cockpit cool. You would have to keep running your vehicle and wasting your MPGs. Here, you're actually going to save gas, and around 25 miles per hour, I'll say the turbo starts to liven up around a 25 RPM, realistically speaking. It's not the heaviest vehicle, you're just a hair over 4,000 pounds, but I mean, it definitely gives the rivals something to think about when they're increasing the price, and the Volvo is a significant discount. I'd like to thank Crown Volvo Cars for giving us this 2023 Volvo XC60 B5 Plus Dark theme for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, what the heck are you waiting for? Click the next video, the subscribe button, check out the details, merchandise website, the comments, because I always throw something there, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides. And when the vehicle in front of you is about a car length in front or moved up, your vehicle will alert you to say that, are you ready to go forward? So I do like that. We're going to push the gas. The adaptive cruise control still is set. I can still do my clapping. I am kind of holding the steering wheel. The vehicle is kind of doing its own thing. Semi-autonomous driving is super cool. It's still obviously at its, you know, beginning stages, but the fact that you're getting this in a touch over $50,000 price point, that is something that blows my mind. Because if you go into Mercedes, you go into BMW, you go into Audi, you're going to be spending $60,000, $70,000 for the technology that you have in this. No, it's not a broken record. It's nothing but truth. On the flip side, when you're using the adaptive cruise control, people will cut in front of you like this. And what typically happens is we're about 2 car lengths behind the other car. You can obviously change that to make it a little bit more closer, but it's still going to give you about a car-ish length behind the front person in front of you. So safety, again, is thought about. And I mean, I'm not trying to say anything different, but I haven't really had to do anything. It's engaged itself the whole time I've been talking, which when I think about this is something that you would pay a lot of money for in like an AMG line to get the same, and I'm just now hearing the charm. So think how long I've had this feature on and I haven't had to do anything.